Pull your bolts out for your coils. Packs. Pull the bolts out for the coil packs. After you remove the valve cover plastic. Once you remove all those, then you can remove the coil packs, unplug them, set them off to the side. After you unplug them, you're going to pull this line off. You're going to pull this line off. You're going to disconnect that. Then remove all your bolts from around there and pop the valve cover off. Change the valve cover gasket on your 2003 Toyota Camry. First you're going to remove this. After you remove those two bolts and take that off, you're going to disconnect all your coil pack connectors, and then you're going to pull your spark plugs out, remove all these bolts, disconnect this hose clamp, pull that hose clamp off, pull those hoses off, then take this wire harness off, and then take this one off right here, and then remove all the bolts, and there you go. Remove all 8 bolts around the outside. Make sure you remove these 2 center ones, or you're going to be sitting there scratching your head wondering why it won't come off. But after you do that, it should come right off. Well, it's lifting up. I need to get a screwdriver or something to separate it. After you get it off, you want to take a razor and clean up all the gook and shit from the old gasket that's stuck to the head. And then once you get it all cleaned off, clean off your valve cover and put the new gasket on and bolt it back together. And you're good to go. Cleaned up the valve cover gasket and got it all off and everything. Now I put the new gasket in the valve cover, and I cleaned up all around the head where the valve cover gasket is going to seat up against it. So now that's all cleaned up, I'm going to put it back together. Your oil on a 2003 Toyota Camry. This is where your oil drain plug is. See where the oil is drizzling out? It's a 15 millimeter, and then your oil filter goes right there. You can pull that off with your hand or smack a screwdriver up into it, twist it out, and then put some oil around the O-ring on the new oil filter and twist it up in there. You know the oil, hand tighten the new oil filter on by hand and put your plug back on. Make sure it's tight. The valve cover back on, tighten all the bolts back up, put the 2 bolts in that hold the wiring harnesses to the valve cover, and then put the panel back over top of the engine cover back on. And we're done.